Hey everybody, welcome back to the Leading on the Frontlines podcast. I'm your host, Dan Hornacek. Glad to be back in the swing of things. I hope you all had an awesome Halloween with your families and friends. I know me and my family enjoyed a little chilly trick-or-treating. It was a lot of fun. First time my kids were able to go trick-or-treating this year, so it was a lot of fun. They got too much candy, and it was just an all-around good time. So I hope you guys did too, and hope you guys are having a good week thus far. So once again, like I always say, subscribe and review if you haven't. Would love to hear feedback from you guys. Check out Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. For Instagram and YouTube, handle is Leading on the Front Lines, and on Twitter, Leading the Front. So really, it's going to be a somewhat quick episode today. Reason being, I've got a sick kid, and I have to, try to get some sleep myself. We're kind of up most of the night. So it's going to be a quick one today, but I think it's still a valuable topic to talk about, and this isn't even so much geared towards managers, to be perfectly honest with you. This actually wasn't the topic I wanted to talk about today, but I think it's fitting moving into November, right? The month of Thanksgiving. And I myself feel that Thanksgiving, gratitude, things like that, all kind of should be practiced throughout the year. I think it's a good thing to continually keep in the forefront of your mind. But I think while moving into kind of the holidays, Thanksgiving's coming up, I want to talk about how we as people, just in a generality sort of word, can impact the lives of others. I don't think we think about this too much. I think with the way everything is nowadays, with social media and just culture and society as a whole, I think we're made to look at ourselves as very small and minuscule within the big picture or the whole grand scheme of the world or our country or our state, even our community. But I think it's important to remember that, although, like, in the very literal sense of the term, sure, yeah, I mean, we all play a small part, but within our circles, within the people we know, within the people we have relationships with, friends, coworkers, things like that, we can have a pretty significant impact on each other's lives. And, if you look at, or I'll put it this way, if you take the time to really listen to others and kind of get to know them. And I'm not talking you need to know, their traumas, or you need to know like everything about their family or extremely personal details, but you can learn a lot by someone through just general conversation and asking questions. And I think in doing so, you can kind of figure out where they're at, in maybe not in life, but just kind of from an overall perspective of if they're good or not. And I think that, if you take the time to just ask some simple questions and to actually listen to people, I think that you can learn a lot about them. And I was kind of blown away this week because this quite literally happened in front of my eyes. I got to see my wife have an impact on a coworker of hers, where just through conversation and just the general small talk, my wife was able to observe that she wasn't, not that she wasn't happy, but that she wishes things were different within her job. And my wife kind of took it upon herself to make that known, I guess. And it really inspired me in a way of looking at myself and being like, have I done something like this? Have I tried? Because really, I mean, she didn't do it with knowing that anything was going to change, right? She just did it with the hopes that if by bringing things up and, talking to the people that need to be talked to, that change could be made. And it was. And that's a really cool thing to sit back and be like, wow, I had a hand in positive change in someone else's life. And like I said, for me, it was pretty inspiring to not only watch, but I mean, to see the impact it had on the person, on my wife, on the people who are, interconnected with the individual that was we'll say benefited, if you will, from it. And so it got me thinking pretty heavily on, what my actions can do for others. And I think it's something that we should all kind of take a moment and think about our everyday life, friends, family, coworkers, things like that. What are we doing to help each other out, right? And I know this is a leadership podcast. I know that the focus is typically on management and leadership, but I think this can be very well tied into this type of mindset is a leadership mindset. The mindset of, I see this person in a position where they're coming up on a barrier, or they're coming up into challenges, and they might not know who to talk to, how to navigate through these challenges, and to help someone do that and to do it in a selfless way that's a true sign of a leader. And if you're a person who does that on a regular basis, I really applaud you, and I think you are doing great things, and keep doing it. If you want to take it one step further, you can try to teach others to do that too. But I think, again, this is going to be kind of a shorter one today, but I think a Leading on the Frontlines challenge for everyone who listens to this podcast would be to, this is going to publish on Thursday, right? November 2nd. So I think everyone should take the rest of the day into the weekend it'll kind of give you a good mix, right? You should have a couple days with your employees or your peers or your coworkers. You should have, a weekend with friends and family. If you don't work on the weekends too, but it should give you a mix of people to kind of integrate yourself with. And let's all take a moment as we move into November and listen and observe to other people talking and see what they might need help with. And I'm not saying you need to go over to their house and clean their whole house for them. I'm not saying you need to do work for them. Sometimes people just need someone to talk to. And I know for me and myself, I'm always very thankful for anybody who's willing to just sit and just talk. Anybody who knows me knows I can be somewhat of a jokester, right? That's kind of my personality, and or I can be very direct and blunt. But that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate a really good conversation with someone. It doesn't even need to be someone I know very closely. It's just nice to talk. So I challenge everyone this week to kind of take a step away from themselves. And, we're over summer, we're over fall. It's going to get stressful in the busy season of the holidays. I think November 1st, right, today, we're all sitting here. Halloween's over. We can kind of take that last little sigh of relief before the busy holiday season. So let's take a look and see what we can do for other people the rest of this week and this weekend. And that could be something as small as just saying hi and listening to their week if they're having challenges. Or it could be, like my wife, who took it upon themselves to help remove barriers to positively impacting someone's life for hopefully the long term. So let's all do that. Guys, I'm really excited, honestly, to move into the holiday season. Everybody who's close to me knows that I love the holiday season a lot, especially Christmas time. So let's put our holiday hat on and try to make a positive difference this week. Let me know what you guys did. Jump on my different pages, my Instagram and my Twitter, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you've done to try to impact somebody's life in a positive way. And but yeah, so again, this is Leading on the Frontlines. I told you it was going to be a short one. I'm going to keep to it. Check me out on Teachable. I do have classes, it's more so coaching, if you're interested in kind of taking more of a one-on-one approach with me. And if you have a specific problem, or if you just kind of want a 101, if you want interview tactics, office politics, resume building, whatever really leadership challenges you have, I'm more than happy to talk them out and work through them with you. Check me out again on Instagram and YouTube, Leading on the Frontlines, Twitter, Leading on the Front. I thank you for listening, guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Take care.